Hey guys. All right, so this week's video is a continuation of us working on the shed. I did have a time lapse of me tearing down, or us tearing down one of the work benches and shelves on the east wall. I think it's the east wall of the shed. But it was really dark and blurry, like you couldn't see anything. So I ended up trashing it because there was no point in posting it on this video because it was just a big blurry blob, and it was dark. So I just trashed that time lapse. But this next segment, you will see that workbench shelf area that had a whole bunch of crap on it is completely gone, which opened up the room a lot. And yeah, so this week's video is just a continuation of us working on the shed. And I do believe that these videos are in March. And this might have been the week that I got sick. I will update you at the end of the video and let you know if this was the week that I got super freaking sick. Anyway, I hope you guys like the video, and I will see you at the end. Hey guys. All right, so it might be a little dark in here, but that's fine. It's totally fine. So, hi, Frank. Frank likes to be right where I'm at. Can you say hi, Frank? No? Okay. Anyway, so we got a good bit of the room cleaned up. It's still a disaster in here, but Frank, really, you're gonna trip me, dude. You're gonna get yourself caught. There, go outside. Go outside, Frank. Oh, go. Thank you. He's on a lead because he can jump high, so he can't be trusted, even if there's somebody back here with him. Anyway, so we got most of the junk out of here. So the next part of the process is going to be to, we got all of these walls back behind me. You know what? I'm going to set you guys up on this thing. So hang on. Let me get you. Okay, so that's better because then I don't have to hold the camera. So the plan is to sand this down a little bit, and then I'm going to take my paint sprayer, and I think I'm going to start with, I'm talking to both you and my sister right now because Catherine's right there. Take my paint sprayer and my white paint, and I think I'm going to start with a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts water, 1 part paint, and paint these walls after I sand them down, because I don't want them to be super white. I kind of like the weathered look a little bit. I don't want them to be perfectly white. I don't know. We'll see. We're just going with it. We'll see what happens. And then after this wall is done, cleaned up, and wrestling dogs. Anyway, after this is all cleaned up, we'll board this up probably, or maybe I'll make this a pegboard. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll move that pegboard right there over here.
It's gonna be tall enough.
After this is all done, then I'll move And then these, I got 2 of those shelves. They're like, what are they? They're almost 6 foot tall, I think. They are 6, wait, where are they? 74 inches. Yeah. Is that 6 foot? That's 6'2"? Yeah, I think that's 6'2". Anyway, they're like 6 foot tall, maybe a little bit more. 6 foot tall and 36 inches wide. I got 2 of them. And they're heavy duty. They can hold up to like 700 pounds or something like that. But they're the same brand as that, those totes, the black and yellow ones, obviously, because they're black and yellow. But they also sold them in white and black, but I didn't want the white ones. So I'm going to put those right around here. And then after that, I want to get this back wall right here. We'll get all of this cleaned up and get it all I don't know if I'll paint this back wall or not. I might tape off the cabinets and paint the wall just because I painted this wall, and eventually I'll paint that wall, and then we'll sand down the table and the cabinets, and I might paint the cabinets, I might leave the cabinets, I might stain the cabinets, I don't know, I might take all the stain that's left over, mix it all together, and see what we come up with, and stain the cabinets. Just to use this stuff. Just to use it up. And then, yeah. Over here, paint the walls, obviously. This workstation right here is pretty decent. So we'll have that as a tabletop workstation. Brian is under the impression that we can utilize that big, huge tabletop that he said was trash a couple weeks ago, but now is usable, mostly because he forgot that it needed to go in the big garbage pile, and it's been sitting out in the elements, soaking up water for 2 weeks now, but whatever. But I think this, whatever's underneath all this junk is probably fine, and we could just sand it down and see what it actually looks like. If we want to put a piece of laminate over top of it, great. If not, leave it the way it is, because then we can put stuff on it. Obviously, we're keeping this nice big huge toolbox of my husband's. I will have a place maybe over here, right there. I have a bunch of heavy duty like hooks and stuff for lawn tools and whatnot, so I will probably put them right there, and maybe keep the lawnmower. We have 2 right now, and well, actually I'll probably keep the lawnmowers tucked up underneath there just because they'll be out of the way or something. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know where everything's going to go, but I do know that it's going to be nice and organized and not make me want to cringe whenever I go into a room, because it's going to be nice and organized. And this right here is not going to be a window. It is either going to be a roll-up garage door, or if we have enough scrap wood, pretty sure I can find enough scrap wood between the rafters and what's back behind on the side of the house, even after we build 2 side tables.
They ain't gonna be anything but 18 inches tall.
Brian's probably gonna make me garage doors. Barn style, 2 doors that swing open, and then they're gonna be painted black. To go right there. So that'll bring in sunlight, and we can get big things in and out of it. So that is the goal. But first, we gotta start with this wall over here.
Then you're putting a pool table back here too, right?
Absolutely no pool table. Absolutely no pool table. This is not for Brian or the boys, because they will not be living here forever. One of them has already hinted that he is not going to be living here once he finishes school. And the other one, well, there's big plans for the other one. We're just not going to mention them on camera yet, just in case it doesn't happen. But the other one has said that he's not going to move back in here after he finishes his school. And he doesn't even come home on the weekends barely anyway. So, whatever. Whatever. He goes to his girlfriend's house. I like his girlfriend though, so you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. Hey, we could use that pegboard.
Yeah, that one would definitely cover that.
That pegboard would work because that pegboard goes vertical or horizontal. So that pegboard could go there, and that pegboard doesn't need to be horizontal. It could go vertical. Look, we're problem solving, guys. See? That pegboard can go vertical because this pegboard needs to be horizontal. Okay. Anyway, I need to go find the sander because I'm kind of at a standstill in my living room for a moment. There's a few things I can do in the living room, which I might do today. But with the window project, I'm kind of at a standstill for a little bit anyway. All right, let's keep moving.
Stellar Intergalactic Hub Club. Superstellar Life.
All right, so as you saw, I got just this small section right here done. I can already tell I'm gonna have to take this piece of wood out because this is I just pressed that. It's completely rotten. So I'm gonna have to take this piece out and find another piece to put in it. But we've got, I think that piece right there is the same size. So we've got plenty around here that I can fit into the spot. I need to go grab a hammer and a crowbar for that, and because I need to start pounding in some nails so that I can work around those. And I'm going to go grab my wheelie stool that you'll have seen in another video by now, so that I can get moving around and start on the lower half and not hurt my back too much. So I'm gonna go grab those things and work a little bit more. And so yeah, gonna get more done, but I gotta go grab some things first. Hey y'all. Okay, so I just finished painting the front door on the inside of the house, and I have some leftover black paint that I didn't want to waste. So real quick, I'm going to sand the inside of this door And I probably don't have enough paint to paint the whole thing. Probably don't even have enough to paint just the inside frame of this. But I'm gonna sand it, and then I'm just gonna use whatever paint I have left to paint whatever I can of it, because eventually it is gonna be black, I'm pretty sure. So that's what I'm fixing to do. And then I only have like 10 minutes for the dogs to be outside because I was busy painting the door and I forgot what time it was. So anyway, I'm gonna do that real quick while the dogs are outside. And yeah, let's get this done.
Stellar Intergalactic Hub Club. Super stellar lightning. Stellar Intergalactic Hub Club. Super stellar lightning. Stellar Intergalactic Hub Club. Foundation.
Well, apparently more of these boards were rotten than I thought, because half this wall is gone. One, two, three, four. 4 boards from this, and like almost all of those. Like, anyway, I'm in here to sweep up this mess, and I guess haul these boards out to the fire pile so that they can be burned. That is not why I came in here. All right. Guess I got more of a mess to clean up than I thought. Okay. Let me find a saw and a broom. Yay.
Such a blast, right? Super Stellar Intergalactic Hub Club. Lightning.
All right, guys, so made, I think, a pretty good dent in here today. I think I spent an hour and a half or so in here today, and I might come back out here and do some more work in a little while. But let me show you the new plan. So hang on, let me set this camera up. Get it where I need it. Okay. Let me put it right there. Can you see everything in? Yeah, I think so. Well, let me show you. Okay, so over here, see all these missing boards and stuff? Okay, so I'm gonna move this back over here. And, okay, so I showed you all this missing stuff right here. And this window's already covered up. So, okay, I'm back. So the plan is for, and I'll show you in a minute when I go back outside, but it's really windy out there, so I'm not gonna go out there quite yet. This window is gonna stay covered up. There's no reason to have it, because this, on the other side of this is, what's on the other side of there? The next door neighbor's garage. And just a small, maybe 6 feet, if best. I don't even know if it's 6 feet. We're gonna put a lean-to on the other side to put like all the bikes. We have like a canoe, Brian's dad's motorcycle, which might get moved to a better spot in the future, or a different spot in the future, which will hopefully be a better spot in the future. But we're going to concrete back there, I think, and make it a lean-to, unless we get chickens. Anyway, but anyway, so the plan is, because we have all of these beams that had to come out because they were rotten, apparently, all more than what I thought was rotted out, because Brian and Paul apparently removed all of those. We are gonna put big, huge window or windows over here from the windows that are in the Florida room, because all of that is going to be torn out eventually. All the walls are coming down and everything, so we don't need those windows. And since my husband is a glazer for a living and he knows how to take out windows without breaking windows, hopefully, cross our fingers, they are single pane, so they are fragile and they are old. So there's no guarantees that they come out without breaking. But since he is an expert, there's more of a chance that they come out without breaking with him doing it. So the plan is for this to have big windows over here. And so I can take boards from this wall and put them over here. So I think later today, if I have time, because I'm still working on a paper because it's Monday, or maybe tomorrow, when I take out the trim for these windows that are already here, I'll be able to pry out the boards, and then Paul and I can put them over here because it's spring break for Paul right now. So he'll be able to help me do that. And yeah, so that's my plan, to get this stuff back up here, because I would like to paint this week, because the living room is pretty much done, which by the time this video comes out, I will have already finished the living room and posted the final reveal and all of that good stuff. So, and also, I think all these boards are too big over here, but if some of them aren't and they're not rotten, then I might take some of these out from down here, but they all look like they're too wide, because we're going to take this window out, not keep it, but this is going to end up being, I think we're going to make barn doors out of scrap wood, and so that we can have a big door, like if we're building things in here and it's too big for this side door right here, we can get things in and out. And eventually I would very much like it if we could square this out. it's not necessary, but it would maybe be nice. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the plan, to move all the boards that we need from over here, put them over here, finish cleaning up this wall, and then get this wall painted this week if possible, so that I can get up my storage shelves and maybe start moving some stuff in here to start cleaning out that that room a little bit. But let me show you real quick. Let's go. Here's all the rotted wood that I cut up earlier. We're just gonna burn it. But here's the windows. Don't look at my backyard, y'all. I know I say don't look at stuff all the time, but you know, I don't like mess. So, and it's super windy out. We're under a fire warning right now. Otherwise I would already be burning this stuff. But it is like, what is it? It's 75 degrees outside. So we'll take out these windows here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sets of windows. This room right here, whatever we don't use, Catherine wants to repurpose for a future greenhouse. But anyway, so that's the progress on the shed, and I'm going inside to do more schoolwork. We'll see you guys in a little while.
Stellar Intergalactic Hub Club. Super stellar lightning. Stellar Intergalactic Hub Club. Super stellar lightning.
Oh, Frank, you weren't supposed to let go. All right, guys. So I hope you like this week's video. And yes, this was the week that I got super sick. And hi, friend. Yes, hello. Hi. In the last time lapse with me in it, where I kept sitting down, that's when I started going downhill fast. And then from that point on, when I went back in the house, I just didn't get out of bed after that for like, or out of this chair for like at least a week. And it was a complete another half a week after that before I could even like feel human. Like I said in a couple other videos, I called in sick to work. My coworkers thought I was dying or in the hospital because I don't call in sick to work. Fern, stop. And yeah, I was miserable. But it just hit me like a ton of bricks all of once. I was fine that Monday. And then that Tuesday, I just started going downhill. And I was hoping that it was just going to be like a 24-hour, maybe 48-hour thing. And that I'd be fine so I could go to work on Thursday and
no, it was not that. Anyway, so yeah, that was the week I got sick. And I don't even remember if any videoing happened the week I got sick, because I think Brian and Paul might have done other stuff while I was laying in bed and whatnot, but I don't remember if they took the camera with them to do it. I'll have to look at the stuff when I edit for next week and see, because I don't remember. I was pretty much just a passenger in life while I was sick, and just existing for that week. I slept and I existed and slept and existed and wanted to die and cry, and it was, I hate being sick. Absolutely hate being sick. Anyway, time for more caffeine. Anyway, so I hope you guys like this week's video. And I hope you guys like the progress that we are making on the shed. Fern, can you please stop? What do you see over there? I don't see anything. Anyway, go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up. Hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the video. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great day. Stay safe. Be blessed. Bye.